Hey bitches, welcome to episode 27 of Roll for Girl Dinner, where we let the dice answer the age-old question, what should we have for dinner? Today we'll be using these dice because I'm feeling a little bit rose gold peach. Now let's get started with a roll for protein. 10. Roll 2 dice. Double ones for double lunch meat. Today we'll be using these Applegate Naturals Black Forest uncured ham and smoked turkey breast. It's a little more upscale than my typical lunch meat, but you know, sometimes you just gotta be fancy. Next up, let's roll for some cheese. 2. Brie. Well, we're keeping on the fancy with this Isle de France, a pronunciation that probably sounds so pretentious and yet so incorrect. Now let's roll for some vegetables. That's a 5 for sugar snap peas and a 7 for cherry tomatoes. Well, all right. After seeming to take a million years to get these sugar snap peas on the plate, it seems like they are making themselves comfortable to stay. Now on to the roll for carrier. 6. Cucumber. This is getting boring. So let's roll to add some Razzle Dazzle. That's a 2 for dill pickle spears and a 9 for peppercini. Well, now we're getting somewhere. We'll be using Grillo's pickle spears, of course. And I'm just going to load up a bunch of these because am I going to wrap the deli meat around it? Yes, probably. And add some cheese. For our peppercini, we're going to be using Mazzetta, and we've got a brand new jar today. Do I ever run out of these? No, I don't. There's always at least 2 in my cupboard at any given time. These will add some nice tangy taste and some very needed heat. I'm slightly less bored now. Time to get saucy with the roll for sauce. 12. Choose my own. I think that this jalapeno ranch is probably my best case scenario here. Like, it's gonna go with everything, but it still feels kind of uninspired. Ah well, time to roll for some sparkling water. 3. Beach plum. Well, at least this one's my favorite. I'll take it. In more tragic news, this is the last one I have. And in an attempt to make this at least slightly more interesting, I'm gonna microwave this brie cheese. Finally, since it's Saturday, we get a silly little beverage roll. 4. Gin and cucumber basil smash. Alcohol to the rescue! We're gonna start with some basil and some cucumber, and then we smash it! That's why it's named that. Next up, we'll add some simple syrup. Mine's homemade because I'm pretentious and I like sugar-free. And now for the gin. Just a smidge. More. Now we'll round this out with some lemon juice and shaky, shaky, shaky. Pour that into a pretty little cup and top it off with some tonic water. And remember, no cocktail is complete without a pretentious little garnish. Now let's eat, bitches. Look, acquired and the leftover coffee, of course. So, you know how sometimes there's nothing like wrong with a thing, but there's also just nothing right about it either. That's just kind of what all of these little bites that I'm assembling feel like. Maybe if I had actually baked the brie instead of just sticking it in the microwave, this would have really like pulled it out a whole lot more. But you know what? The internet told me that I could microwave it and it would taste basically the same, and I believed the internet, so that's on me. And it's not to say that this combination doesn't work. Taking a cucumber, adding some sauce onto it, and then some lunch meat, some brie cheese, and a pickle, and or the peppercini is fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is very normal here. And very normal is about the best that I can give it. Now, if I were Bargid Greenbush, an innkeeper in a small town on the edge of a forest that was inhabited by a mysterious clan of druids who never emerged but were known to keep travelers safe. Well, if by safe you mean on the correct path. Please do not step on the plants. No, you cannot start a fire there. Yes, the bog monsters will attack you if you go too close to that pond, and frankly, you'll deserve it. Pick up your garbage immediately. If you litter, we will send every kelpie your way. Anyway, Brigitte had always dreamed of joining the druids, until she ventured into that very forest, seeking to learn their ways. But their ways involved an awful lot of reading rules off a clipboard. So, dejected after a long day of rule memorization, she headed back to town when she saw an odd light in the clearing. Is that a proper path? Can I go that way? Are any of the druids watching? But that light, it was getting bigger and brighter, and it was floating in the air so magically she couldn't resist. Carefully and quietly, she snuck into the clearing where a swarm of fireflies flitted around so beautifully. Between the fireflies and the shadows cast by the setting sun shining through the trees, something felt very magical. Oh, so magical indeed that a figure emerged from them and called her to become a cleric of the dusk and to make her in a sanctuary of safety and recovery, and also assured her that there would be no need to memorize rules. If I were her, I would rate this meal a perfect 10. As it is, I, Kendra, give it a 6.
This is my meal. I call this girl dinner. Girl dinner. Girl dinner.